All right, top of the hour, let's continue getting you breaking news that we are getting as of now this morning when it comes to chilling threat that has now been accessed of the provocation that has now become clear. This is come across to the Varanasi judge who has received a threat letter asking the government now to take action, with the Varanasi civil judge who had said that he's received a threat letter from a man who is now named Kashif Ahmed Siddiqui of the Islamic Aghaz Movement. And the judge, Ravi Diwakar, is the judge who had ordered a survey at the disputed Gyanvapi Kashi Vishwanath complex. And it was the same judge, rather, who had raised concerns saying that his family is worried for him because, looking at the sensitivity of the situation, there was a lot of activity that was happening in and around Varanasi, around the Gyanvapi complex, where the survey was ordered. It was the first time when the survey was blocked. We are looking at a situation when those apprehensions were raised by the judge that there are allegations of threats that are now being made and his family is worried. Now it seems the same judge has received a threat letter asking now the government to take action. The Varanasi civil judge who has said that he's received a threat from a letter from a man named Kashif Ahmed Siddiqui of the Islamic Aghaz Movement, and Judge Ravi Diwakar is the judge who ordered the survey at the disputed Gyanvapi Kashi Vishwanath complex. This is now coming out as a direct result of a radical hate. This is a judge who is now receiving threat to his life. And this is the concern that was raised earlier by him and his family as well. Let me go across to Ashutosh now. Ashutosh, ज़्यादा जानकारी दीजिए. इस लेटर के बारे में बताया जा रहा है इसमें सीधे तौर पे जज को एक तरीके से वार्निंग दी गई है.
बिल्कुल, देखिए, इस्लामिक आगाज जो मूवमेंट संस्था है उसकी तरफ से एक जो रजिस्टर्ड डाक है वो यहाँ उनके ऑफिस में मिली थी रवि कुमार दिवाकर के, और उसमें ये साफ तौर पे लिखा था कि जो आपके न्यायाधीश हैं वो भगवा रंग में शराबोर हैं. इसके साथ ही उन्होंने ये लिखा था कि आपका जो फैसला है कहीं ना कहीं हिंदूवादी संगठन और हिंदुओं को एक तरीके से प्रभावित करने के लिए दिया गया था, और इसी को लेकर उसने इस्लामिक आगाज जो मूवमेंट है उसने एक तरीके से अपनी नाराजगी जाहिर करते हुए सीधे तौर पर उनको धमकी दी है. अब सवाल इस बात का है कि इस धमकी के पीछे की वजह क्या है. तो आपको बता दें कि जो सिविल जज रवि कुमार दिवाकर की ही अदालत ने सबसे पहले जो सर्वे को लेकर ज्ञानवापी परिसर के सर्वे को लेकर आदेश दिया था, उस आदेश के खिलाफ जो कोर्ट कमिश्नर थे उनकी नियुक्ति को लेकर फिर बाद में अंजुमन इंतजामिया कमेटी कोर्ट में गई थी, और बावजूद इसके उन्होंने जो फिर से जो कोर्ट कमिश्नर हैं उनको नियुक्त किया था, और इसके बाद जो सर्वे की पूरी प्रक्रिया थी वो शुरू हुई. और उसके बाद जो ज्ञानवापी से जुड़ी हुई जितने भी वीडियो हैं वो हमने देखा कि किस तरीके से वहां पर मंदिर है या मस्जिद है या फिर जो भी है उसकी जो सच्चाई थी वो बाहर निकल के आई थी. और इसी बात को लेकर जो मुस्लिम संगठन है वो लगातार नाखुश है और लगातार और अब धमकी के जरिए अपनी जो गुस्सा है वो एक तरीके से दिखा रहे हैं. और अब इस लेटर के बाद जो यहाँ पर वाराणसी में उनकी जो सुरक्षा है उसे बढ़ा दी गई है, और इस पूरे मामले की जो डीसीपी है उनसे जांच करने के एक तरीके से निर्देश दिए गए हैं.
Ashutosh, बने रहिए हमारे साथ. Let me also go across to Pranesh now. Exactly what's been pointing around to that threat letter, because this is a threat letter to a judge, Pranesh.
And this should not be seen in isolation, Amita and Richa, because let's look at the events that have happened in the last 2 weeks. This is a man who had ordered survey of the Gyanvapi complex, and the letter makes it amply clear that he has been targeted. He is under the radar of the radicals only because of that. That one move of his has made him a target of these radical elements. And let's not forget the congregation of 5,000 clerics in which Maulana Madani had said that do not test our patience. Hamare sabr ka bandh agar toot gaya to. He stopped there. But what was he trying to say? What was he hinting at? What was the message? It was provocative to say the least. And just yesterday, Times Now exposed another cleric who said, in the aftermath of what happened in Kanpur, this cleric goes on record to say that, look, hum kafan pehen ke sadak pe utrenge. Let's also not forget what the PFI leader had said in Kerala. He said the reason judiciary is taking note of our hate videos is because the judges are wearing saffron underwear. So let's make no mistake about what this is. This is a result of radical threat and provocation which has been going on, and this threat letter is serious. The terror threat, the radical threat in this and I have the letter. It's playing on the screen. We've highlighted important portions of it, but just to give our viewers a little context of what is happening to the judge. This is not the first time that judiciary has been targeted. It happened in the 90s. All those judges who presided over terror trials, they were targeted one after one.
Absolutely.
Most prominent was Justice Ganju, shot dead in Kashmir. And now once again, the Gyanvapi judge is getting threats. This is a wake-up
political
call.
point of view there, Pranesh. I'm told that Anila Singh is with us on the phone line. Anila ji, sir, ma'am, ye judges ko bhi spare nahi kiya ja raha, ma'am. When it comes to the Gyanvapi issue, has it become so communally sensitive that additional protection has been given to the advocates and the people who are involved in the case? Now the judge has received a threat letter, ma'am.
I am not going to comment anything on Gyanvapi, but the threat letter which has been sent to a district judge there, it is a law and order situation thing, I can say. It is something criminal which has been done. So the agencies definitely are going to track down that who has given this threat letter, who is behind this threat letter, and action will be taken against that agency or a person.
Well, Anuraji, the man who is named is Kashif Ahmed Siddiqui of the Islamic Aghaz Movement there. So that has already been pointed out because it is being said that this is nothing but a clear-cut provocation. Even the judge is not being spared.
See, I know one thing. If we talk about our Bharat, if we talk about our system, if we talk about our agencies, if we talk about our culture, everything is very resilient and very, very strong. So we cannot underestimate the government agencies whose responsibility is to take care of such threat letters. I am 100% sure that Yogi government in Uttar Pradesh is going to take right action against this person who has done a criminal act by giving threat letter to DJ.
All right. Anila ji, thank you very much for joining in. Let me also bring in Mayank, our reporter, also joining us live in the broadcast. Mayank, wasn't it the same judge who had raised concerns that his family is now worried for him, that the situation is getting very sensitive and appropriate action and protection needs to be given? And it is a chilling 2-page letter threat that now the judge has received.
Well, absolutely, Amita. Right since, the hearing and all the developments that started taking place in the Gyanvapi Kasi Vishwanath complex, the security of the judge, Ravi Diwakar, who ordered the videography, was always in the focus, and he was always emphasizing the fact that he's under the lens of the people who are not trying to, settle down the dispute at the Gyanvapi mosque complex, and that's why this letter should not come as a surprise from what should be termed as threat elements towards the judiciary and also the law and order system of our country. In that letter, in the 2-page letter, if you will read through it, so there is a paragraph where it is saying that the Muslim community was not expecting anything different from you, Mr. To the Justice Diwakar, because he is a very influential, he belongs to an influential Hindu community, and that as 80% of the communities and 80% of the population in India is Hindu, he does not have to fear anything. He is also saying that it wasn't expected of him to do anything in favor towards the Muslim community, because it is very impossible in this current environment, as the letter is saying, that it wasn't expected of Ravi Diwakar to make any favor or make any claim or give any judgment in the favor of the Muslim community. So this is a very a kind of scathing remark on his judgment, and this has been taken very seriously by the security establishment in Uttar Pradesh. This letter has been taken cognizance of, and Mr. Ravi Diwakar himself has written to the additional Chief Secretary of the State of Home Department, and also the Director General of the Police and Commissionerate in Varanasi, and taking cue from them. Security has been stepped up, and
all of these people there who are involved in the case have been given to them already, because owing to the sensitivity of the situation there. Let me also, Amit Kumar Jain, the former UP DGP, is with us on the broadcast. Arvind Kumar Jain, I apologize. Mr. Jain, exactly when it comes to the judiciary, sir, Now they are saying that they are facing threats. This is a judge, sir, who has been doing his job to give out exactly the directions that are needed when the Gyanvapi survey was held, sir. He too is now receiving threats.
Yes, it is very much possible. When the survey was going on, I was anticipating this. Some mischievous element might have done it, or some group might be behind it. You never know. It is part of the job, and I think security should be provided by Police Commissioner Varanasi and Varanasi Police to the judge, and they will take care of his security.
But sir, isn't it unusual when we are looking at the judiciary, sir? This is the highest point of any democracy that is being run. Now, if the judiciary is being threatened, what exactly is left now?
Oh, you never know. This might be handiwork of some mischievous element of Varanasi, some local person who might have issued it. So many threats keep on coming that we will blow such and such train, we will blow the railway station, but it never comes true. And precautions are taken. So in this case also precautions without any mischief. But I think there is no substance in it. But you can never say. Some group might have got annoyed, or they must have thought that this was not the right decision on his part, and he allowed the survey to take place at Gyanvapi. I have been posted thrice at Varanasi,
right, sir,
in police, and I know it's a sensitive place, and security should be provided to that gentleman.
All right, Mr. Jain, thank you very much for your point of view.